All right, so I thought it was time to probably jump on here and give everyone a little bit of an update as to what's going on with my health. I've had a fair few people calling me and asking what's going on because I haven't been posting, and they've assumed that I've died or something like that. So none of that is the case. So yeah, look, run you through the last few weeks. So I had kidney stone number two. Happened about 8 weeks after my first kidney stone. Look, when I was in hospital, the doctors were saying one of the things that would pull me down was passing another kidney stone. And, that was actually a little bit terrifying for myself. So I thought, if I was so low and then I passed another kidney stone, that could be the end of it. I could be on dialysis. But that wasn't the case. So long story short, I passed another kidney stone. I had the full symptoms, the whole sore back, felt the whole thing go through. I had the best case scenario. It took about 3 to 4 hours to pass. I was in heaps and heaps of pain, so I couldn't really move. I ended up having to call the ambulance, and by the time the ambulance had showed up, I'd passed the kidney stone, and a lot of the pain had subsided. So that was really good. Unfortunately, they told me I had to go to hospital and get tested anyway, just to make sure I didn't have any kidney infection, which is the first. I've never heard of anything about a kidney infection, but they were saying that once you pass the kidney stone, there's a possibility of you getting a kidney infection. So had to go to hospital. Again, was a nightmare. I was there all night, all morning. Honestly, I felt like I should have just stayed home, but got to do what you got to do. So I ended up having another blood test, and I really didn't want to know the results because, look, when I was having this second kidney stone, I wasn't expecting that this was going to happen so soon. And, the thoughts that were running through my head were, at the same time, whilst in extreme pain, having the kidney stone, the thoughts running through my head was like, is this it? Like, I thought I might have had years up my sleeve, but I only had weeks, and I ended up, thinking, geez, am I gone below 10% now? And I'm going to basically have to go to hospital, end up on dialysis. Long story short, I ended up getting the blood tests, and really didn't want to know the answer, but they told me they had to tell me. So, look, after passing a kidney stone, the second one ever, my bloods came back with an EGFR of 19. So that's really strange. I didn't take any painkillers or anything like that when I had the kidney stone, just some Panadol. That was it, pretty much. And look, like that probably helped me a lot and just kept my EGFR function right up there. So look, if I got 19, I'm expecting that maybe I might have been higher than that. So there's a good chance I'm on the increase in terms of kidney function, which would be great. Some of the things I'm waiting on at the moment are some results for DNA testing and trying to diagnose exactly what I have. We're all under the assumption that it is hereditary and it's got absolutely nothing to do with health or anything like that. It's not self-inflicted. There's no diabetes. There's nothing like that. It's basically a hereditary disease, or one of the hereditary diseases that affects the kidney function, which is unfortunately what I have got. Not sure what that is yet. Still waiting on those tests. But yeah, at the moment, life's been pretty slow. Trying to figure out what to do, how long I have, and what my chances are and what my future looks like is all very unknown. No one can really give me any answers. And look, I've got another appointment in a couple of days, and that should give me some answers to a lot of the things that I've been sort of questioning. Unfortunately, and I've come to realize this, that I think the answers that I've been looking for, I'm not going to receive. So those answers would be, you know, how long do I have? You know, what's the future of my life look like? How much time do I have? Like, and I don't have any of those answers. That makes functioning through life quite difficult. But yeah, just got to figure it out, really. And I just don't think those answers are going to be given to me. So yeah, I've really just got to wait and see what happens and then move on from that. But in the meantime, I've been doing a lot of workshops that have been provided by the hospitals, you know, kidney transplant seminars, living donor seminars, dialysis seminars, pre-dialysis seminars. And look, I think a lot of people have got a lot of questions about, you know, what that looks like for life, and the types of options that you have, or I have. So yeah, look, like in other videos, I'll probably make a few, which will, because there's a fair bit to it. So, and I'll weigh up the pros and cons and let you know what, you know, that's all about. But yeah, I'll probably create a few more videos and just do them individually. And look, like I've found this to be a real tool, to be honest, because rather than people ringing me and me having the same conversation 15, 20 times, I can just put it on here, and everyone can sort of jump on, have a look if they want an update, and get some sort of clarity for themselves. This is probably the easiest way to do it. It'll save me a lot of time having to repeat the same conversation, and I'm getting sick of my own voice, to be honest, telling people all the doomy gloomy stuff. So yeah, look, still feeling super positive, trending upwards from what I know, which looks good. Like I said, I'll have some more results in a couple of days, and can give you the rundown of all that. But yeah, look, feeling fine. Do have the occasional random super tired for no particular reason, and then I got to remember that, hey, I'm sick, and there's a reason for it. But you know, the hard things with the symptoms and that is they're very similar to just getting old, maybe on a little bit more of an increased sort of intensity. But that's what makes it difficult. Like, playing on your mind constantly is like, am I just tired from general life, and or am I feeling a little bit sick just because I'm feeling a little bit sick, or is this like the downgrade, or is there some symptoms that I'm feeling? And you just don't know. Like, there's absolutely no way to know if the symptoms that you're feeling are just general everyday symptoms, or it's, you know, got to do with the kidney function not having a great day. So that makes it really difficult. And every time you feel a little bit sick, or you feel a little exhausted, or your joints are aching, and you feel really tired and weak, it just comes back to the top of your head again, and you're just like, is this it? Is this the decline? You just don't know. You just really don't know, and that's what makes it so difficult. But yeah, look, thought I'd give you an update, because I haven't been putting too much on there about my health. So I hope this helps, answers a few questions. I'll try and do a bit more in terms of the health stuff. People seem to be interested. So yeah, like, I'll go through all the dialysis options and what potentially my life could look like. And maybe you can help me make some decisions, because yeah, trying to make decisions on those options is pretty difficult. I mean, none of them are great, and they've all got their pros and cons, which makes it, you know, one thing looks really good in one way, but not so good in another. And look, there's no easy good option. It's all pretty terrible, to be honest. But look, just got to find the one that suits my lifestyle and go from there. Look, and everyone's probably right on to me about, can't you just get a kidney transplant? And look, I'm going to go into detail on that sort of stuff on another video. There's just way too much to go through, but it's really not that simple. There's a lot to it, and a lot of stars have got to align for it to be possible. So it ain't that simple. So yeah, but I'll go through that in another video. So yeah, just fingers crossed for me that these next appointments come up with some positive news, and fingers crossed they can give me some answers that I'm seeking. And I suppose we'll just go from there, but wish me luck and see how we go.